Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Kaon, episode number 12 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we got to see a little bit of quarrel between Ritsu and Mio. It was nothing that serious. Obviously, Ritsu was not happy about the fact that Mio wasn't really responding back to her, kind of always getting annoyed at her, and she thought that Mio's becoming better friends with Nodoka because their classes have been changed, and that's why she Ritsu tried to kind of be more sarcastic towards her, and Mio did not like it, and they kind of went head to head, and in the end, Ritsu doesn't come back to school. Obviously, Mio thought that maybe she's just doing this because she doesn't want to, uh, you know, like uh, be in the club or something. But later on, realized that she's sick, and later on goes to visit her, and yeah, they kind of make up again, and the whole crew comes in later on, and yeah, everything is good. The misunderstandings and everything are just cleared up, and yeah, that's where the episode ended. However, in the end, there was a little sneeze that I heard from Yui, and Yui actually slept just beside Ritsu while she was asleep, and I'm pretty sure she's sick now. Yui, I'm talking about. So let's see what happens. Episode number 12. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let us get started. Right, here's the countdown. Three, two, one, go. Wait, what? That was random. Is this a dream? What's going on here? What? Okay, it's a dream. Okay, there you go. Yep, she's sick. My god. Oh boy. Wow. What's this music playing in the background? Ice cream? She's sick. Wait, what? Do people do that? Ah. Oh my god. Wait, who who eats ice cream in a cold? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, they're going to have to play. Wait. Oh, that. Oh boy. Yeah? Oh my god. They probably have to ask what happened to you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're the one. You're the one who. Wait. Whoa. Yeah. Wait. Wait. Mio, come on. Mio's going crazy. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's better. I feel like. What? Oh my god. Wow. Which one? Oh. Oh yeah, she's also like a guitarist. I guess backup. You know. And it's not only the fact that she needs to recover, she also needs to practice before it. So if she recovers like in the last day, she won't have enough practice. She's eating her git. What's she doing? Oh, she's grabbing. I thought she was like eating it. Mm. Whoa, she's okay. So her throat is very, yeah. Why is she talking like this? Is that Ui? Is that Ui? What's going on here? That doesn't seem like Yui. Like, why is she so? She, wait, what's going on? Okay, something. I. What the? Okay, no, that's Ui. That's Ui. There you go. Nigo? Yeah, I like very much. All right, stop. He's teaching her. Yeah. Oh, is she? Oh my god. No, not. She's not okay. Why? Okay. Eh! Oh my god. That's disgusting. Hey, she's. Oh boy. Yeah, she doesn't have any power. Oh, eyebrows. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I don't think that's possible at this point. Like, is it? I was just going to say that. Like, she wouldn't have any practice, but yeah, but hmm. Just in case. And that, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just a fever, like should probably be fine within 2 more days. Like fevers, like normal type of fevers, doesn't persist long. Like maximum 3 to 4 days. Okay. Oh. Oh, is she here? Oh, that's another one. Oh. Hmm. Is Yui already in the what? Damn, she actually caught a. Oh my gosh, she's gonna trip and. What the hell is she doing? Is she putting them in the bathtub or something? Oh my god. What a weird story for that. Oh god. Alright. Good god. Oh lord. Oh wow. That's amazing. There you go. There she is. It's just getting ready then. I feel like she's still not completely Recovered? Yeah. Okay. Oh my- Okay, let's go. Yeah, they need to get dressed up as well. Oh my god, dude. Great. Did she not? Wow, what now? What? Nah, stop. Wait, oh, I guess both are like. Oh wow. Like, I feel like they can eat. Oh, I don't even know how much distance their house is from the school, so I cannot say. Oh, that girl. After school tea time. Okay, were they able to bring it? Where's Yui? Oh wait, no, she's playing that guitar. Wait, what? Oh, for the time being. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my god. True. Wait, is this the final episode? I thought there was another episode after this. Or is it the OVA? All these songs that have been playing, I told this before, but I've heard all of these songs after listening to the opening songs. I actively searched them out and like listened to like all of them. I know this song as well. Hmm. Okay, there you go. All right, one song is going to end. Now she can participate from the next one. All right. Damn, she just ran all the way. Okay, that's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, she's still not recovered fully, like I said. She doesn't look. She's sweating so much. Oh. Mm. All right. All right. Will they let us? Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that was a good speech. All right. Now, will she be the vocalist here, or will it be Mio? Yeah, she'll be the one. She'll be the secondary vocal. Okay, okay. Damn, the mouth animations. Like this came out quite a long ago, like in 2010 or something. All right. Do you have time for another one? Oh, we do have, I think. Hmm. Oh no, it's just there. Okay, okay, never mind. It's not a song. Oh no. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Oh boy, that was. Okay, so I think this is the final episode of the season. I thought it had 13 episodes, but I think the 13th episode is the OVA. So I'll do the OVA next week, I'm guessing. But okay, I'll first check if this is the final episode. I think this is the final episode of the season. Okay, I think that is. Wait, there is a preview I can see, so maybe this is not. Okay, you know what? Let me check. First of all, is this the final episode or is the. Okay, let me check. Okay, on. Uh, Let me just do a quick check here. Okay, on episodes. How many episodes are there in season one? Oh, wait. There is actually 13 episodes. And there's also another OVA after that. So 14. It's 14, that means. And then in season 2, I can see in season 2 there are. Oh, there are 24 episodes. Oh, okay. Interesting. I thought it had like 13 episodes or something in season 2. No, season 2 has 24 episodes with 2 extra episodes and 1 OVA. So 26, 27 episodes for season 2. And then there's a movie. So okay, I'll do everything, bro. Like like next episode will next week I'll be doing episode number 13, which is the extra episode, I think. And yeah, and then the next day next week I'll probably do the OVA. But yeah, okay. So no, this is not the final episode. Like technically it is the final episode. It seemed like it, but no, there's another episode after this. So this is not the final episode. There are 13 episodes in this season. All right. This episode. This was episode 12, and like I said, I knew that Yui got sick because like Ritsu was just like a few inches away from her, and both of them were sleeping. Ritsu had a huge cold, and and she definitely got a little bit of the cold from there. And then obviously Yui says later on that she also kept wearing the yukata throughout the day in the process of and got cold in the process. And that was the reason. And okay, it began in a very funny way. She has Yui has some weird dreams. She sees Mugi and her face to face, and she's like, "Oh, Mugi, I like your eyebrows," and she's like, "Oh, this is Takuhan," and just takes it out of his, and then she puts it in the rice and starts eating it, and and he was like, "Oh, I want that," and in real world, it was Ui in front of her instead of Mio, not Mio, sorry, Mugi. Did I just call her Mio before? Oh, I apologize, it's Mugi. But anyways, yeah, she's sick and she's seeing weird dreams, obviously. So she is just like they're now we needs to go to school, so she kept everything like proper, like gave the water thing, the cold handkerchief on her head to so that the fever goes down. She also let the school know, and we was kind of like wasn't really that enthusiastic in going to school because her sister is just this sick. But obviously she had to go. She was like, all right, fine, and she was constantly like kind of looking and peeking and seeing if she's okay. So yeah, but Yui's like, go, you don't have to worry about me. And this part, she says there's ice cream and orange jello in the fridge. I'm like, she caught a cold, didn't she? I don't think she should eat ice cream in a cold, but I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, she goes to school. Yui is in her house, sick, and yeah, she's talking to that about talking about that to Azusa. And the main thing here is that they need to go and like participate in the school festival as well, the school concert as well. So 4 more days to go. Now, if it was only just 4 more days, yeah, you should definitely be okay by that time because it's a fever. It's not going to persist long. Maximum three, like 4 days maximum. Not more than that. However, the thing is, she needs to practice and all. Uh, but I guess Yui is like pretty, what can I say, like good enough for just going on the stage and just doing it there instead. Like if she even if she misses practice, I don't think she'll play badly because she's kind of talented if you think about it. Either way, I love how he's like, oh, I could have, like, if she could have transferred it to me, I would have easily accepted it. And Azusa's like, how? And she's like, mouth to mouth. Anyways, Mio and Ritsu comes in, and Ritsu comes in a very outrageous, like, way, and Mio just whacks her in the head. Anyways, they get the whole picture, and they're like, oh, like, it must be Ritsu. And Ritsu's like, wait, I did I actually give her the code? But then Ui says like, I'm not sure about that. However, there's also another thing that Ritsu, Yui on the day when you were trying on the costumes, she kept the yukata on like throughout the day. In the process, probably caught cold. And they get a little flashback. We get a little flashback where Sawachan Sensei brought in the costumes, and it was like at first they were like the waitress costume, and I'm like, wait a minute, then they're going to play on a band. Why a waitress costume? And then the China costume, obviously, bunny costume. This part was funny because Mio was like, "Oh, this should be fine," and then we see Mio's eyes are like just spiraling out of control, and she's just gone full on crazy mode. She's like, "Sensei, you know what? This is kind of fun. Like I'm liking this." And it's just like, "Oh, please don't go there. You're going crazy. Come back." Anyways, and then we get to see the yukata, and yeah, it is pretty, like, and I'm guessing it was obviously it was like the winter time, so wearing that yukata throughout the whole day, yeah, yeah, definitely someone would catch cold like that. But either way, so Mio's like, okay, Asusa, you should start practicing, Yui's part as well, just in case. Obviously, like, we if she comes back, it'll be all well and good. However, just in case, practice her part. And yeah, there you go. So Ui comes back at her house and sees it's obviously it's kind of like, like, obviously we can see that she's suffering, because of her sickness, but it's kind of funny as well because the way she was just, like, hugging her guitar, and she's just completely saying some weird stuff in her dreams. She's like, yum. But anyways, Ui sees that, and Ui's like very sad about it. And then suddenly, I think the next day when the K-On! Club was in the room practicing, Ui comes in as Yui, as disguised as Yui. Now here's the thing. At first, I didn't realize that, and at first I was really confused. I was like, okay, she's back, but she's back from a cold. She doesn't look like she's like, like she has any kind of like, it was just yesterday we saw that she was just on the bed. So even if she came today, she definitely would show some symptoms, like, her like, her cheeks and her maybe her eyes and everything would be flushed, and she would probably be like, wobbling or something. Like, that's how she should be acting. However, here she's like completely okay, and I'm like, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like we just saw her just on the bed yesterday with like some high fever, but how is it possible like this? And here's the thing, when she started talking, she was like, when they were like, oh, is your cold okay? And she's like, hey, oh, my cold. And she starts coughing, obviously, like, fake cough. And so here's it. I still wasn't able to properly pinpoint it here, but I was like, okay, she's kind of acting weird a little bit. And there's also part of me that kind of thought that, oh, maybe because of her fever, like she became like a completely different person, something like that, and she's acting differently. But her act, like, her mannerisms were so extremely weird. She's like, oh, I suddenly got better at the end of the day. And the way she was speaking, in this, her tone was completely different for Yui's tone of voice. Like, Ui talks in a very, polite and a very, like, well constructed manner. Her tone of voice, the way she constructs her sentences are very prim and proper. However, Yui is not like that. Yui is just completely casual with everything. She just says whatever the hell comes in her head, and has a very what can I say, casual tone of talking. However, her Ui's tone of talking is very like well constructed, proper sentences. So that was also another thing that was bothering me, and that's why for a moment I thought maybe it's because of the cold that she's acting like this. Okay, but the section where I actually started suspecting her that it's Ui is, okay, they're like, okay, let's go practice. They play she plays the guitar, and here's another part that I was not really expecting. I was like, okay, this must be Yui, because otherwise, if this is Ui, how is she playing the guitar? And this part, when she was like makes a noise after ending the guitar session, that part started making me feel suspicious, and immediately all the girls were also like, wait a minute, what did she just say? Yui never says that. And not only that, she's playing too good. And then they're like, all right, let's do it another time. She ends it, and Mio's like, Yui, that was too perfect. It never felt like before. Yeah, but I was still like, kind of suspicious. Here I was like, wait, is this Ui or something? But I was so confused because I thought that, I was like, how can Ui play the guitar? We never saw her play the guitar. So I was like, it was still kind of holding me back because I thought it was maybe Yui and she's just so good now because of her fever or something. It's like a side effect. I don't know. And Mugi's like, the moon is red. And Azusa's like, oh, that's good. It's perfect. Let it be. I really liked it. Okay. And here we go. She just like, oh, Azusa-chan is right. And they're like, wait a minute, what? And Ritsu-san, Smugi-san, you're both too. Okay, there you go. And here I was like, okay, this is Ui, I think. But she looked so much like, like a Yui that it took me like up until the end to actually think that it's Ui. But yeah, everything was like pointing towards that. And like now I can see it. Okay, then Sawa-chan sensei suddenly pops up and she's like, oh, this is Ui, obviously. Can't deceive me. But then when we see her, with her head her hair like tied up in a bun, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. So she basically kind of brought her hair down and made put the clip on, and they're identical completely, Yui and Ui. So anyways, and they're like, oh my god, you play so much, like so good, did you how did you start playing guitar? And she's like, oh no, I just asked my sister to let me play a few times. And the flashback was so funny where we see Yui was like, oh, so that's how you played. Asking the sister who she's supposed to be teaching, she's asking her. It's kind of impressive if you think about it. Like, this is Yui's natural talent. She doesn't know how to play a guitar, but she plays it so well. So imagine if she actually learns how to play guitar properly, how good she'll play. Like, this is like some wild thing that she's doing. She doesn't know how to, she doesn't know what tuning is. She doesn't know anything about the guitar. She just plays it and it sounds so good. So there you go. That's like a rare talent. Either way, this is like, oh, maybe it's okay for you to be absent. You play so well. But it was like saw her face, and with just holding the guitar, and I just couldn't stand still. And then Yui comes, the original Yui comes with the tissue paper box, and she's like, "Oh, I'm okay. Everything's fine." And she's still sneezing and everything, but and everyone's like, "Oh, welcome back, welcome back." And she comes and starts wobbling, and she's like, "Oh, there's my guitar," and just tries to grab it and falls down because she's weak because of her fever. So there you go. She's not okay. She came here just straining her whole like body, and she's still sick. Mugi starts putting the cloth, the watered cloth, the moist cloth on her head, and Yui's like, oh, you should do the concert without me. Like Azunyan, you can do it, can't you? But Azusa's like, oh no, we should rather cancel the performance than just do it without missing someone. Like obviously, this is the thing. Azusa got attracted to this band because she saw everyone playing, and she herself mentioned multiple times how they individually are not so their playing is not so special, However, when they play as a band, it becomes this amazing thing. So missing someone from this band in itself is just something she cannot even think about. So that's why she's like, oh, we should rather cancel it than just take this, and go. And not only that, obviously, Yui is the only person who plays guitar with, like alongside her. So she would definitely be a lot more sympathetic towards Yui. And not only that, Yui Yui is too friendly with Azusa. Obviously, she gave her the nickname and everything. So yeah, obviously she did say before that, oh, Mio Senpai is, I I'm very much like want to be like Mio Senpai. But I'm pretty sure, out of all the characters in this, in this, all the people in this band, she definitely cares a lot more about Yui, and a lot better friends, you could say, with Yui than the others. But either way, she's like, oh no, I cannot, let that, if we're going to play without someone, let's just cancel this. And she's like, they're saying this, and they're having like an argument, and then Mio's like, okay, so here's the thing, Yui, you just go to bed, go to your club, don't come in the K-On club up until the final day. Just rest yourself. You become, you become well, and after getting well, on the final day, you come and then play the guitar. So for these two, I think like 2 days were left. 2 days, you just take complete rest. So I'm sure you'll be fine by the end of it. And then she also says, like, and Azusa, you also practice, what does she say? Just a minute. Oh, she says that you also need to practice, Azusa, not just because Yui is gone, but also for your own good. So yeah, so there you go. So let's do whatever the best we can. And we see, Yui in bed, and she's trying to recover. Obviously, she's going to take rest for the next few days, up until the day. And yeah, the final day, Yui is still not there, and they talk about how Yui has, gave them a message that she's going to come definitely. However, she's still not here. It's almost time for the play to start. So they're kind of just waiting, and Azusa's definitely not happy, and Risu's like, so what should we do? Should we already start getting prepared without Yui? And Azusa's like, oh no, definitely not. We should all, playing without Yui Senpai has no meaning. And then suddenly this part was funny because every time someone came in, they were like, oh, it must be Yui, but it was not. First Nodoka comes in, and everyone was just looking back, and then they saw Nodoka, and then oh, okay. And Nodoka is like, okay, so everyone's here. Yeah, I can see everyone is here. And then when they're looking at Nodoka because she's not talking about Yui, so Nodoka starts talking about a little story, and she talks about how this flashback was so funny. So basically, Yui just started gathering. I don't know what those are called. I think those are called crawfish or something, something like that. Like those things, she starts collecting them. I love how she fishes them up. She's using a string with a little bait, and she's just grabbing them one after the other. She caught so many of those things. That's crazy at that age. Anyways, enough. I'm getting distracted by that. She she grabs those things, the lobster, crab, crayfish type of things, and puts them in the bucket and takes them to Nodoka's house, or was it Yui's house? Wait a minute. Yeah, it was Nodoka's place. Okay, this is so confusing. Why was she taking why did she take it to Nodoka's house? Like, I could shouldn't she take it to her own house? I don't know. But anyways, she's taking them inside the bucket, putting them inside the bucket, just dragging the bucket, going back to Nodoka's house, going to the bathroom and putting it in the bathtub, going back, fishing them back again and going back and putting them in. And Nodoka at first was confused, the little Nodoka, and she goes to the bathroom and sees the thing that she has done. The bathtub is filled with those things. Mio's Mio's putting her hands over her ears, and this was like she was weird from the beginning, wasn't she? But yeah, that was not the point. Obviously, they're like, "Why are you telling us this story?" And she's like, "No, what I meant is that she's very determined. She's going to do whatever she's focused on. So yeah, she's definitely going to come, and I'm sure she'll also forget about her cold. So not to worry." And while they were talking about this, again, like I said, this was so funny because every time the door opened, everyone was like, "Oh, Yui's here." But the door opened again, but nah, Sao-chan Sensei is here, and she's like, "Oh, here I am," and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Like, wrong timing. And okay, so she's like, "Oh, I was making like like some warmer version of the yukata, and so that you don't get cold." And then they're like, "Here we go. I brought someone." And there you go. The Yui is there, and they're like, "What the hell? You, if you're here, just tell us." And she's like, "Oh, like sorry, I just you know." And Azusa's very angry. Azusa's like, "Oh, if you're here, you should have told us. Like, you're horrible. We're just concerned about you." And they're like, "Yeah, Azusa's the one who was the most concerned about you. So yeah, go and like make up." And Yui then goes and like gives her a hug, and she's like, wait. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for like inconveniencing you guys," and yeah. So Azusa's like, "All right, fine, I'm gonna forgive you." But then Yui tries to smooch her. Gets a slap in her face. Oh boy. Anyways, so the second part of the problem starts here. She's like, "Where's my guitar?" And yeah, Yui. So here's the obviously like miscommunication. Uh, we brought it here, and then she brought it back to her house. However, Yui thought that it's already here. But we did tell her that, "Oh, I'm keeping this guitar in your room, sister. Bring it with you when next time you go to school." And she was obviously, in fever. She probably heard it. She said that she answered, but then she probably forgot it because of her fever. And that is why, yeah, like it was just miscommunication. She left it there. So now here, Sawa Sensei actually hands over her guitar, which has this like this triangular type of thing. And here's the thing, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is also electric guitar. That was also electric guitar, I'm guessing. However, this is way different than the other one, and I'm pretty sure like Yui is the type of person who wouldn't be comfortable with it, and that's exactly what she says. She's like, "Oh, I cannot play this one. I cannot play any other guitar other than my guitar." And they're like, "Oh yeah, we figured." So there you go. They like Yui goes quickly back to her house, while I was like, "Okay, what's going on? What are they going to do?" And they kind of like show the main like hall. Everyone's ready because everyone's going to play the song. They don't show Yui for a moment, but then in the end we see that it's actually Sawa Sensei there with her guitar, filling up for Yui for the time being, obviously. And Mio starts the first song, which is Fude Pen Ball Pen. I think that was the name. Yeah. And while this song is playing, we see like Yui going back and like grabbing her guitar, and there here we kind of see her talking about how, "Oh, this seems like what happened in the first day. Like that's that day. It was the same thing. She quickly comes down, grabs her thing and rushes out of her house. In the first episode, you remember she rushed out of her house like this. Obviously, she didn't have her guitar with her. However, she rushed out with a bread on her mouth. Similar to that, she's like rushing out with the guitar now, and she's like, "Oh, this reminds me. It was of the first day," and she's like reminiscing, and she's like, "Oh, like like I thought, what am I going to do in my new high school, like in my new school? I was wondering if I was going to just grow up without doing anything, but now I have, you know, a place to go back to, friends who I'm going to play alongside with, and that is the thing that she is like, she's most like thankful for." So where's that part? Okay, where's the part? Okay, yeah, she talks like, oh, my future self, you soon find what you can do, what you can really dig, the very important place for me. There you go. And yeah, she gets into the like an auditorium. Ui's like, wait, One-chan, you're here? And she's like, oh, I left my guitar. And she's like, oh, that is why. Okay. So yeah, you after the first song has ended, that was crazy, like, so damn, she a song usually takes like 3 minutes, like 3.5 minutes for it to end. So that means obviously she went way before, but within that little amount of time, she was able to go grab her guitar and come back. And yeah, so there you go. So Yui comes back up on stage and she's like, "Oh, thank you, Sawa-chan Sensei, for filling up for my place." And then, like, I was not expecting this though. She starts crying. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for troubling you guys. Like, even at such an important time." Yeah, obviously, because yeah, she definitely, she must have been thinking about it. She's like, "Oh, because of me, they are like, all have to like, wait, and they're having to like, go through so much problems." So yeah, there you go. However, they're like, "Oh, no, no problem, like, you don't have to cry, like, we all love you. That is why we are okay with everything." And there you go. So next, the next song, which is obviously Fua Fua Time, and Yui gives a little bit of a speech, and she's like, she talks about everything, how, like, she started this, how she went with her friends, did the part time for bringing, like, buying the guitar. She talks about how they had tea in her place, in in the club room, how they played around, how they went to a summer camp and all that. And I was kind of like, like, this part was kind of funny. I was like, she's just talking about all these things. But then obviously in the end, she also mentioned that, oh, we also practiced. But anyways, and then she's like we said before, that we're going to, our main goal is Budokan, but for now, this is our Budokan. And yeah, there you go. They begin, and Yui is the vocalist here, obviously, for Fua Fua Time, and the Mio is like the secondary vocalist, kind of like, matching with her, and yeah, they do the song, and after the song ends, everyone's like clapping, and then afterwards they do a little bit of a, like, solo thing. Everyone plays their instrument, and then they again start like an encore, and they sing for time again, and there you go. And in the end, they're like, Yui's like, "Oh, Ritsu, another one," and Ritsu's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" But Nodoka's like, "Guys, you don't have enough time. You're out of time," and that's where it ended. So yeah, there you go. That was this episode, and this seemed like the final episode. However, there is another episode left after this, episode 13, and then the OVA. So yeah, I'll be doing episode 13 next week. But yeah, so for the first season, obviously it was a great experience, and yeah, this is, I know why people, like, like, praise this show so much. It's like one of the best slice of lives we've ever seen. It has music, it has, like, like, slice of life sections. It has some really good, like, things. It has comedy as well. The comedy is surprisingly quite funny as well. Like, usually for slice of life, I feel like the comedy is either a hit or a miss. However, here the comedy is quite nice. I really like it. It's nothing like, obviously you don't like just what can I say, like, just laugh so much that you pass out or something. Is not that, like, like, hilarious or something. However, it's quite funny. It's very funny. It has like a very good little, like, sections, and like, there's a few jokes that really tickle you nicely. And yeah, for example, in this episode, I that part was extremely funny. The one where she was like, grabbing her eyebrows, and Mugi's like, "Oh, this is like, like, this is something else," and puts it in the rice and start eating it. That was funny. These type of things, like these sections are quite funny, and yeah. But either way, that was it. That was my reaction to episode 12 of Keon. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Kaon. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.